today I'll be explaining a program that uses a try and a catch construct. So first thing I want to do is I'm going to run the program to see how it executes. So it first asks me to enter a number. I'm going to enter 49. Then I'm gonna enter it prompts me to enter a second number. I'm gonna enter 7. Then it prints end of program. I'm gonna run it again to see how it handles arrows. So I'm gonna say 7 for the first number and 0. Then it prints you can't divide 7 by 0. Then it runs end of program. So I'm gonna go ahead and go through the different files to see how this all works together. So the first thing I want to do is I'm gonna go ahead and move to my isDivisible header class. In this class, I created two private variables one called num1 and num2 to hold the two values that the user will enter. Then I have an exception class, and this will be used to throw arrows throw arrows to the try and catch, and then the catch part of the try and catch will catch the arrows and print out whatever is in the block or the scope of the catch. Then I have a isDivisible constructor that assigns 0 to num1 and num2. Then I have two function prototypes for set num1 and set num2. And in my isDivisible.cpp is where I have these functions defined. And these function basically does the same thing, just it just assigns the num to num1 and num2. That's the only thing it does different. So in the first function, set num1, it checks if num is greater than 0, and then it assigns that number to num1, this variable right here. If it's not greater than 0, then it throws an exception, and it calls the negative constructor of this class that we created right here. Then this does the same thing, it just assign num to num2. Now in our main.cpp, we declared two variables of int data type. There it should be doubles, because we're using double in the classes. So quick change. So yeah, I declared two variables, num1 and num2 of double data type. Then I created an object using the class isDivisible from the isDivisible.header file or .h file. Then we have some prompts, CR and scene statements to prompt the user to enter num1 and enter num2. Then we have a try and catch block to catch any exceptions. So in the try block, I'm calling the check set num1 and check set num2 functions, and I'm passing num1 and num2 as arguments, and the check is isDivisible. It's an object of isDivisible. And then in the catch block, if it did catch an exception, then it will print out this statement right here: you cannot divide num1 by num2. And that's how we got you can't divide num1 by num2. And then it moved to the end of program. So the program did not end abruptly. It catched the arrows, print out some data, then it continued, then it moved on. If it did not throw an exception, we're gonna test it. I'm gonna say use 49 and 7 again. Then the program comes here. It does not go into catch block. It just ignores it. Then it moves to the end of a